Yo guys, welcome to the video. This is Josh or Milky, and in today's video we're going to be talking about making currency at the start of the Keepers of the Flame League. If you're not familiar with me, I normally make currency related videos. I also write a lot of the currency guides on Maxroll, which there were going to be a ton more of this league. Also hopefully getting some more people involved in that. So expect to see pretty much every strategy covered on Maxroll this league, even more than I put out last league, which I think at last league I put out like 15 to 20 or something. It was a lot, but even more this league. At least if it's good, it'll be on there. Hopefully this league, that's the idea. But also it will be on this sheet if you would like a compendium of everything. And what is this sheet right now? Well, naturally I've got everything written down ready to do, but we did get the Atlas tree quite late, so I'm still working my way through doing all the Atlas trees. But what I thought I could do for you is provide what I would do on Leaguestart. So how would you get rich on Leaguestart? If you're someone that's looking at these videos, I'm assuming you're someone that you know, is probably going to pay a decent amount on the first few days. How should you spend your time in the first few days if you're someone that wants to map? If you're someone that doesn't want to map and you're looking for like Sanctum, stuff like that, I'm not going to include that. I like just being in maps, completing the Atlas and doing it that way. Fair play to you if you want to go do Heist or Sanctum, but that won't be covered in this video. So naturally, we're going to start off with the tried, true, tested Atlas completion. Everyone knows how to do this at this point. If you don't know how to do it, tons of guides. The main goal here is to rush as much Kirak chance, map chance, and I choose to go on Wavering Vision most of the time. I have provided an alternative if you don't want to go that, and the idea is essentially map chance, Kirak chance, Sulfite to like give you some power, and then June to get a lot more XP. That's the basic premise of most completion trees you're going to see, and then after that they'll either spec into altars, expedition, destructive play, all that kind of stuff, the usual. But this is going to be a progression tree. There is a very incredible video from let me find him, Phase Plays, insane video. And this guy makes absolute bangers. If you haven't watched this guy's video before, please. His videos like the quality, like best among PoE players. His videos are awesome and very good info. So if you want to learn how to progress the actual fundamentals of it rather than just be given a treat, this is a great video to learn how to do that. He's very detailed and easy to watch. Next, I'm going to list the kind of mid farms that you're going to do. So you finish your like initial progression and you got some points left over. You're like, what the hell do I do with these? I'd say that there's definitely more than I've got on here right now, and this is probably going to grow before league start. It depends. There are only like what 16 hours or so before the league start, and I've got a lot to do, but I will try and add more and more to this, even leading up to a league start beginning. But the idea of these is to give you some initial currency to bolster up your character so that you can go and do like the GG farms early on, right? So Betrayal and Destructive Play is going to be like just bread and butter, right? So many people do this on Leaguestart. It's so easy to just transition your initial tree into, or you can make another one. Destructive Play for the main reason that everyone needs their completions early on. So if you can be the guy to farm those influence maps so that people might get in there and get their favorites unlocked, or just their completions for more Atlas stuff, you can be the guy to do that, right? Sell them. You get some scarabs. You've got shrines to boost you up. You're going to get June so that you can get some Syndicate medallions, some All Flames. You can get some, Veiled Chaos or Exalted Orbs. Also get a ton of XP from the Junes. The June is obviously optional. The Destructive Play bit is the important bit. You can also do this with something like Essence or Heist or even Settlers I did last league to look for some Svalins. Ton you can combine with Destructive Play. I just chose to go with Betrayal, as it's going to be some very like consistent currency early on, right? Those All Flames are going to be valuable. Those Syndicate medallions, easy to sell. If I wasn't going to do Betrayal, I would recommend doing Heist, because blueprints just fly off early on, and they're really easy currency. And now that you can put them into the asynchronous trade tabs, they'll be very easy to sell as well. So Heist, another one here. I'll probably include a Heist alternative in this setup. Essence and Beast, a classic. If you want to do some yellow map farming, you can do Essences and Beasts. Beasts obviously got some great quality of life this league. They're not the best early on, but they're fine. There are some early on that are worth a lot more than they would be in a couple of weeks, right? So you can be the first person to start farming then. Also, there's a good chance that people need to get Ferules, in which case you would spec the hunt for Ferule. You probably want to remove Two-Hearted Hunt. There's a few things there. I can leave some notes, obviously, to let you know what buttons to press, what nodes to press in the case of different things, but you're probably going to want to click Ferule. I just haven't yet because I don't know how popular it's going to be. May edit this one, though, just to be safe. So yeah, Beast Essence. You can do it in yellow maps, you can do it in red maps. Yellow if you're struggling, at least tier 6. Ideally, you have got some completions already. I think if you follow the memory thread quest line, you can get Eagon to spawn in tier 6 maps, which means you can get memory threads, which means you can get the reverence stuff to fight the new bosses that were added last league, and one of them is actually in the Feared now. How all that works with being yellow maps, I don't know. Legion gonna be like the best, like early on. It always is. If you've got a build that can do it, Legion is absolutely insane. My route to mirror that I've kind of mentioned here is to rush Atlas completion, do Legion dunes, and then go straight into like Containment Fortress or just T17 boss rush. If you do those 3 things enough, you're gonna farm a mirror in like quick time, at least as far as mapping solo is concerned. So let's take a look at Legion. It's pretty much the same as it always is. There are some changes this league that you could look into. Beyond obviously being on the right side of the tree gives you easy access to it. You could drop all this kind of like scarab stuff, maybe the map effect, and then you could jump over and take beyond. I'll provide an alternative for that as well. So that you can do beyond Legion, because tainted currency is quite expensive early on, but this is going to be the normal like Legion with all the shrines, all that. You go and you just pop as many legions as you can and kill them, pick up the loot. Very, very good early on is the Geomancer's Incubator for those 6-links. 6-links obviously sell for a ton early on. Like a normal 6-link is like 2 divines, 3 divines early on, whereas later in the week it's going to be like 20c. So if you're someone that can get to Legion faster than everyone else, this is what like people like Fubgun are going to do. You get to Legion, you pop those incubators, you start dropping some raw divines from your own 8 incubators and just the mechanic itself, and you sell off these 6-links. Yeah, it's big money. Also, there is some things that you can do with the Horn Scarab of Tradition to make the rare monsters drop even more loot explosions. If you've never looked into that one, you can get the conversions on the rare monsters to be like 6-links. So yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with Legion early on. One strategy and tree doesn't quite do it justice, but obviously I can't provide every minor change, especially early on when scarabs aren't all that available. You're just going to use Legion scarabs as you get them. Then we have Expedition, very good if you're playing some kind of prolif build, if you're an RF or a Mamba build. I know Tuna's probably going to be starting this, I think I heard him say. So Expedition, phenomenal early on, especially with something like ROG. If you have a good idea of what to craft, then this strategy is always phenomenal. If you're someone that knows how to craft ROG items, you're gonna make a lot of currency doing this Expedition strategy. It basically just combines a lot of the map effect, pack size, more monsters, and the shrines in order to just quickly destroy the expedition as quick as possible and get out and go again. Do that enough times and you have a lot of currency. That's just how this game works. Then we have Beyond Altars. This is something that I'm probably gonna do. I just love doing altars on Leaguestart. Mainly just because like scaling a lot of pack size, killing a lot of mobs, and having a lot of stuff hit my filter is just like fun. So I'm going to do probably something like this, which is like altars with Beyond for like big pack size and try and get some tainted currencies to sell. And then probably move off of this once I get like 5+ divines that I can invest into my character. But this will be what I do initially. Even got some heist included in here, since you're going to have that free map device craft. Well, not free, but you're going to have an available map device craft since nothing else I'm going to be using would be relevant. So that's what I'm probably going to do early on. Really easy to sell these blueprints and stuff with the new asynchronous trade now. That shouldn't be understated. And then Eagon Rush. So Eagon Rush is pretty similar to what I was just showing, except you're gonna just... It's very Alkengo, right? You're doing shrines, you're doing heist, you're doing altars, and your main goal is to find the memory threads, then follow the memory threads and kill these Incarnation of Dreads. And then if you can Maven Witness these, however this works with the new Feared now, you're going to be able to sell the invitations, which people need for Feared now, so they're undoubtedly going to be worth good currency. So a very fast strat, probably not the most demanding of strategies. It does use a lot of the map effect, but we're only really scaling altars, so I can't see this being a particularly difficult. A lot of people ask why I put things like Ritual in these strategies, and the main reason is that it provides local mobs, and they can be, in this case, influence mobs, and the same goes for domination. So Ritual is primarily there just for the local mobs that it adds, but it also does have the chance to give a special altar that's going to provide the audience with the king. So you can maybe I should actually be spec'd into this here. I'll correct this after the video. You can spec into some of the special chants, and then if you get the audience with the king one, obviously that might be quite expensive earlier if people want to go the bloodline for that one. So those are the options that I would say are pretty good in the mid game, or variations of them. Obviously there's tangents you can take and branches you can go off on for any of these strategies. They don't have to be identical. Obviously, I'll try and give you the best tree for whatever it is I say it is. Then we have things like T17 Boss Rush, T16.5 Map Farming, and Containment Boxes. Now, the one thing I feel like I'm missing from this section right here, which is, as I said, the idea is complete your Atlas, do this mid-game farm to power up your character. When your character's powerful enough, we want to go into these really high end game strategies as quickly as possible before anyone else can do it, basically, and make a ton of currency. So we have those three. If there was one for Scarabs that I could reasonably put on, I just don't know what it would be. Ethereal All Flame, obviously great for Scarabs, but are we going to get Ethereal All Flames day one? Probably not. That's going to be something that goes more in this section. But let's look at this. So here we have like the boss rush one. It's very simple. There's not much to it. You just want to run in, click the shrines, kill as many mobs as possible, kill the boss, get out. Right? It's just for the fragments and like the chance at any of the uniques that any of the T17 bosses drop. So if you're doing like Fortress, you can get the Yoke of Suffering, which is always very valuable. This is a very popular thing to do on Leaguestart if you have a character that can do it. Doesn't demand that much clear speed. Then we have naturally map farming. Well, someone's got to farm those tier 17 maps for people to boss rush. That could be you. Again, so little has changed, or things have been toned down a little bit, but so little has changed. This is such a refined strategy at this point. Shrines, ritual for more local mobs, altars for more chance at duplicating maps, and then just cycle through as many maps as you can, using of course those tier 16.5 maps that you're going to drop in order to roll them for more maps, and then you drop in more maps, and then obviously it feeds into one another. And it's going to be much easier for you to sell your corrupted maps now as well. If you have those asynchronous tabs, someone can come in, put their regex into the search bar, click all the ones they want. Bob's your uncle, right? Don't let me catch any of you just copying Fubgum's regex and then changing the price on your maps, okay? Because I know that's going to happen. So be warned, all right? Someone's going to try and scam you. So make sure you check that. So popular regexes are going to be taken, assumed to be used, and then those maps are going to be like raised price. If that doesn't happen, I'll be very surprised. The scammers aren't scamming very hard at that point. I hope I'm not giving them ideas. And then we have Containment Ambush, which is, again, an absolute classic. If you can be one of the first people to start doing this, just in terms of raw currency, it's phenomenal early on when all these things are valuable. Fortress drops a ton of scarabs from the barrels, currency, you're going to be killing the boss. This is the way to go as a solo player early on. As for groups, duos, I don't know. Never done it. No idea. Snap is your go-to guy for that. But for solo, this is going to be pretty hard to beat early on. Much to my chagrin, you know, I wish there was more new stuff, and hopefully Breach brings that, right? There is obviously the Breach mechanic that I can't really account for in most of these. I have made some decisions, like the Beyond Altar stuff that I'm going to be starting. I'm assuming the Breach is going to be good for the Beyond stuff naturally, as it was before, and it's still Breach, right? So yeah, I'm going to go get those trees updated. Maybe I noticed wrong during the video. Add some more variations for people that might want to do something slightly different. And I'm going to Leaguestart, for anyone that cares, I'm going to go Fizz Dot, Elementalist, and then I'm going to reroll into the Blade Vortex that I played last league, because I just love Blade Vortex. So yep, going to be doing screen-wide explosions, and my goal this league is to farm pretty much every single strategy, document it, track it, because we may have a really cool feature on the exchange this time that has like auto updating like pricing, so anything I do won't just immediately be like legacy. If I track something and then have how good it was, it won't immediately be outdated by prices, because it'll change with the change in prices, hopefully. That's going to be happening. So yeah, thank you for listening to me waffle. I love making videos for you guys of Path of Exile, especially related to this stuff. Check out Maxroll for any written guides if you want more information, or just use the sheet if you want the stuff that I put on the sheet. Naturally, this is going to go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as I start doing all the trees for all the other stuff. But I wanted to get something out for Leaguestart. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.